It's 6 o'clock, I'll take roll call now. Mr. Fullerlove.
Here.
Mr. Dominic.
Here.
Mrs. Lyon.
Here.
Mr. Kaber.
Here.
Mrs. DeBlock is absent at this time. Mr. Helm.
Here.
Mrs. Cleveland.
Here.
Pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, looking at the agenda, is there any changes to the agenda, Dr. Johnson?
No, as presented.
Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to accept the agenda as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion was made by Mrs. Lyon, seconded by Mr. Dominic, to adopt the agenda as presented. Mrs. Lyon.
Yes.
Mr. Dominic.
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland.
Yes.
Mr. Kaber.
Yes.
Mr. Helm.
Yes.
Mr. Fullerlove.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, moving over to recognition of members of the audience. We have Ms. Benning here to give us our always much anticipated library update.
So I'm going to keep my comments short because I realize I always try to keep it to that 2 minutes and I sound completely manic the whole time because I'm just like rattling through. So I tried to expand each section, and then based on questions and feedback last year, I included a lot more links this year. So I do a newsletter every month for every building, so I linked all those newsletters in, like where that is on the website, for instance. I did a series of videos on the ISEL standards, which are like the library standards, and then gave those out to all the teachers, so I included those links in there. I did a little bit more expanded data tables this year because a lot of the vendors that we use for databases don't give me the exact same numbers, so I sometimes feel like that report might not be like the best comparison. I had a technical issue with EBSCO, so I don't have those numbers included. But also circulation-wise, Alexandria sometimes changes the way that formatting works, so I wanted to make sure I just kind of give you those data tables. Did anybody have any questions?
Nice.
To speak with, or speak to, I shouldn't say, Ms. Bennon, her updates, her newsletters are always spot on. Anytime I've been through the library when she's working with kids, teachers, they all pay attention. I know we know the teachers pay attention, but it's good to see the kids, the upper level students that go in. I've had an opportunity to watch a couple of the upper level classes while they've been in the library. I try to keep my mouth shut and stay in the corner, but it's good to know that we've got a quality leader for our library program like Jill. She does a great job and approachable. Any administrator I've talked to likes to work with her, so does a great job for Sherrard. I want to put that plug in there.
Definitely.
Yep. Well, we appreciate it. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you very
out
much.
on a
Thank you.
summer night.
Ice cream on the way home.
Okay, moving on to the consent agenda items. Are there any questions of things in the consent agenda? Hearing none, I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda items as presented. So moved. There's second.
Second.
A motion was made by Mr. Dominic, seconded by Mr. Kaber, to approve the consent agenda items as presented. Mr. Dominic.
Yes.
Mr. Kaber.
Yes.
Mrs. DeBlock.
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland.
Yes.
Mr. Helm.
Yes.
Mrs. Lyon.
Yes.
Mr. Fullerlove.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, over to you, Dr. Johnson.
All right, good evening, everyone. The first item that we have to discuss is our annual adjustment of Board of Education subcommittees. Ms. Bradby was kind enough to print off our current makeup, and I know at least one of those is different. Aaron took Troy's spot for negotiations, but just open discussion, and I'll take notes on what folks would like to see for placement on the committee. Is there something you're interested in that you've not done in the past that you'd like to switch? I am open to taking notes on anything.
I think I'm back on boss ed. Yeah.
You're back on bus ed. All right.
What about budget and finance?
Yeah,
Just two?
yeah, John and I are probably just fine on that one, unless someone wants to join us.
It's not too late, because the heavy work for that one will start next month.
I think we're good.
Yeah, okay.
We've been kind of potted plants on our committees and are very happy with our committees.
So don't forget to add Aaron to negotiations.
Yeah, gotta add Aaron on the negotiation one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
I don't
know.
think it'd be a bad idea to like go on a tour for the buildings and grounds here in the next couple of months or something, try to set up
Yeah.
a date.
Yeah, especially once we start talking strategic planning.
No
we should probably
Thursdays.
go.
Yeah.
No Thursdays?
You're not about just the committee though, right?
Huh?
You focusing on just the committee, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Or, yeah, anybody who wants to go, I mean, right? Come on,
I
road trip.
don't know, the bus ride is entertaining.
We have a new minibus too.
God, you're just always.
We have a new driver's ed car, but I'd have to make 2 trips.
Can we take one of the big buses so I can watch you close the door?
I'm not legally allowed to drive it.
Okay,
You missed this whole discussion, we heard how you played into this too.
I still don't have the answer, nobody knows really.
But
I tried.
she loaded the question wrong. Does Kim know how to drive? Can Kim drive a school bus? I go, not for us, but yes, she can drive a school bus with her license. Then it went into the whole door question. I'm like, well, you didn't ask
I
if.
have like the passenger endorsement.
Yeah.
I have the class A CDL, but I don't think I have the passenger endorsement.
Then you kind of get in that gray area, can versus should.
Right.
Yeah. Actually, I'm regretting having the Class A CDL because they've been active.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
I regret lots of things I used to think I really wanted.
Yeah.
Or not to do.
I don't mind laps. I even had the air brakes.
I had hazmat, all that.
Nice. Oh, damn.
yeah, you want
I like
some.
Dan's like, I got words.
Magic words, hasn't it?
Come on.
That was one less test I had to take. I'm like, honey, do I really need this anymore? No.
Insurance committee, I have to say that, and Lindsay could probably chime in too, working with Brad and Lena has been like, I mean, it's night and day different from what we had 2 years ago. It is just incredible. He was trying to get to the bottom of some policy changes, and the way that he basically ran down the Blue Cross Blue Shield and the Prime Therapeutics people, he didn't let them go. I mean, he was a bulldog. He latched on, and I was giggling the whole time I was on vacation when the emails would come through. Any update on this? I've been trying to. So, yeah, their company really offers a great service, and I think as insurance costs continue to rise, we really need that. Now, we'll probably have to chat a little bit more about that as it pertains to property insurance, because that came in significantly stronger than we'd anticipated.
It has been everywhere for commercial.
Did you guys get?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, for the past 2 years.
I talked to Jim Tansey, who owns Hawkeye
Mhm.
Commercial, and he's like, everything's doubling.
It's,
Yeah.
storms like the other night are costing everybody, so. Okay, if I will, I should say I'll have Becky type these up, and we will, get them on the website, and, make sure that everybody knows, and then I will arrange a meeting, and we'll, if you want me to put it out as a special board meeting, so everybody could do the tour, just say the word, but I'll email and kick around the date, so if you want to do it, and we know we're gonna have enough people, could probably call a special meeting and go on a bus tour.
Probably do better, yeah. We like our little bus tours. I like
And
it
I
here.
will post that on board docs that there will be a meeting in the hall of the building and grounds.
Mhm. Very good. All right, thank you. Next item, August board meeting plan. If there's no objection from the board, I would like to do things this August, just the same way that we did last year, where for a state of the district address, go into the auditorium, have our Board of Education President convene the meeting, and I will give the state of the district address using the big screen and my face made for radio, make sure that we talk about everything, and then we would take a short recess and retire to the library for the rest of the meeting. So if everybody liked the way that worked last year, that's what I would propose. We'll make sure that we post the location change on the website and let everybody know. And if there's anything somebody wants to see different than what we did last year, just let me know.
Was it earlier? Earlier.
How's the air conditioning?
Still at 6. Okay.
How's the air conditioning?
It shall be cold.
Still at 6.
It shall be cold.
Yeah, we started at 6.
21st.
Yeah, we started at 6, so we had a regular board meeting and then,
Because we started in the auditorium and then moved to the
yeah.
library.
I don't know, I haven't got a calendar.
All right.
Because it's, 16.
Okay, and then over to the press policies.
This is the second reading and approval of the press policy update 115. And again, these were specifically language and law change to keep our board policy updated. They sent what I thought was a rather terse email compared to what we normally get. There must be a new person in charge of it at press that said, we noticed you have not yet adopted the changes as required, and I've never seen one of those before. This is my 8th year as a superintendent, and I never got that, so it's like, relax, we're doing it.
It's a new person. Yeah, it's a new person.
Yeah, so. But no changes from last month.
And this law stuff, we're glad. They're actually gonna sample interview questions. We have a board vacancy. Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to approve the press policy issue 115 as presented.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
A motion was made by Mrs. Lyon, second by Mr. Helm, to approve and adopt policy issues 115 as presented. Mrs. Lyon,
Yes.
Mr. Helm,
Yes.
Mr. Kaber,
Yes.
Mrs. Cleveland,
Yes.
Mrs. DeBlock,
Yes.
Mr. Dominic,
Yes.
Mr. Fullerlove.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay. Over communication correspondence, does anybody have anything?
Nothing major at Melissa, and just the new director took over, and she's excited, she's happy to be there, she loves her job right now, which is good. Other than that, summer enrichment there, roof repairs, landscaping, just maintenance.
She'll get well acquainted with that part of it.
Old buildings.
Okay.
I just wanted to throw out the open invite to the board. Our first day in service is August 1st. Breakfast is at 7:30. Lunch is at 11:45. The more the merrier. Anyone who can make it, that'd be awesome.
I'll be able to make it this year.
But we'll do
August 1st?
Yeah, August 1st, we'll do breakfast in the Commons. We'll have the principals introduce new staff in the Commons, because then they don't know which way to face and they can't turn their back to the crowd. That'll be awesome. And then a few words, and then we'll retire to the auditorium for our main program. And there's a couple breaks mixed in there and a couple different meetings, and then we will reconvene in the Commons for lunch at 11:45.
What time was that in the morning?
7:30.
Yeah, 7:30 breakfast, yep.
Are we doing lunch? Because she said the lunch we tried to make.
Yeah, the lunch, same as last year, just chips instead of the heavy mac and cheese was what we heard some feedback on. It was great, but staying awake was a bear in the afternoon. That was part of my theory, is just keep everybody full and happy, and hey, there we go. But that's all.
Okay. If nothing else, I entertain a motion to go into closed session in accordance with 5 ILC. My numbers aren't here. No, the numbers aren't here. 5 ILC. I should have this memorized by now.
Must have chopped it off too quick.
She did. Here. I usually have. This comes right at the top of the tongue usually. 5 LSC section 120C subsection C subsection 1 through 12, 16, and 21. See, it all comes back on. Yeah.
Second.
A motion was made by Mrs. Lyon, second by Mr. Dominic, to go into closed session. Those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carried.